How's it, everybody? King Kapuka Kapono here. Doing a little something different than what we normally do. Pretty different, actually. This is a 1930 Model A Ford. It's 86 years old. Oh man, it's 88 years old this year. Thing is basically totally stock. It was left to me by my father. Old cars like this require like tons of maintenance, and today I'm doing a little bit of that maintenance. I'm gonna be changing out the transmission fluid and the differential fluid. On these old cars, you actually had to change the differential fluid all the time. So I got some oil shipped into me from a company on the mainland that has all the old Model A parts. I've actually taken the floorboard off already to gain access to the transmission. And I'm gonna be starting by draining the transmission fluid. Here's the transmission right here. Pretty small on these old things, yeah? And then I'm gonna be putting new transmission fluid in that. And then we're gonna go underneath the back end, and I'm gonna be draining the differential casing, which you can see here. Right there. There's a drain plug. And then I'm gonna fill up the differential with some oil as well. And then I'm gonna drive it around and get this thing going again. Pretty much this thing's good to go. I had to change the battery out. Did that last weekend. And then while I had the floorboard off, you had to take the floorboard off to even change the battery. I decided to take a look and see how the fluid levels were on the transmission, and they were hurting. So I ordered some oil up. I'm gonna get that changed, get it good to go for a little ride. Yee! So here we are under the car. There we go, got the right size. Gonna have to take off this cap right here. This is the draining cap. Here's the transmission casing right here. Just gonna empty out all the old goopy tran fluid. What a solid. There we go. Now she's moving. I'm not sure when the last time my dad changed this out, but I know I haven't done it in years, so he's gonna be a little gross. That's all right. Gonna get in there and change this out, get it all fresh, have this car stoked. Hopefully it's not too horrible in here. See how goopy it is. Bleh. Yeah, that's goofs. So I'm gonna have to let this just cruise for a while and drain. Let all this old goop come out. Let it cruise for like 10 minutes. Then we'll come back. I'll take this top cap off right here. And then we'll do the same thing to the back. Yeah. So I'm taking off the, this is where I will refill it from, this port right here. I'm just gonna take this cap off. There we go. Get under there and let's see how the draining's going. Still dripping out ever so slowly. We'll just let that take full effect. And I'll run a little bit of oil through it just to rinse a little bit out of the old stuff. And then we'll get on work on the backside. Got the new oil here, gear lubricant. It's called 600W. So it's just a really thick style gear lubricant. Basically it's to slow down all those gears that are in there. Keep everything nice and lubed at the same time. Pop this guy open. I'm just gonna use a teeny bit of it to flush out. Some people recommend that you actually use kerosene to do a flush, but I don't got any kerosene, so I'm just not gonna do that right now. Basically, I'll just change the oil sooner than I would have. Put this little cap on here. It's got a nice little squirter cap kind of thing. There we go. Squirt the new stuff in. Just letting it take some of the old stuff out. So I'm gonna let that drain again. Then we're gonna go into the back, do the same thing. Back is a little more interesting in some ways that instead of like these kind of caps where you kind of just, you know, you got a nice nut to use your wrench on, it's actually kind of like a indented sort of one. So you gotta get a square little ratchet. This one's actually too big. I'll get a different one. And you gotta use that instead of the other way. So this size right here is actually perfect. Fits right in there, and I'll be able to take these out. So it is nice and drained. Clean this off a little bit. Now I'm gonna put the cap back in, fill this up, and then we'll jump into the back. I'll make sure this is fully tight. My truck actually, once I had an oil change done and this thing didn't get put in all the way, and it frickin' leaked all my oil. Good thing I caught it before it was a disaster. Because if you run your car with no oil, you're in big trouble. That's pretty tight. Do one more. Alright. The instructions I found for figuring out how much oil you want to put in here is pretty funny. They said, fill it up till it overflows. So, let's do it. This thing was thirsty. There we go. Almost full. Yep, it is officially overflowing. Dunzo. Get that one's cherry. Time for the back. Get some of this goop off there real quick. Boom. Oh, bro, this is a stuck one right here. Double hands for this boy. Alright, I'm gonna get fulcrum for this. Alright, when you find yourself in a situation like this, one thing, super stuck like that, this wrench isn't very long. What you can do, get another wrench, get that lined up, get your other wrench, and now you can use it to double. There we go, now she's loose. And bloop. Oh, that one is gross. At least it had lots of fluid in it. Definite overdue for a change. Pop off this top one. Alright, I'm gonna give this one a little baby flush as well. This one's far less convenient to have access to. And drain. Right on, it looks way better. Let that cruise. It's gonna be about 10 minutes of drainage till it drips all that out. While that's draining, I'm gonna go into the back here. We have this is called a rumble seat. Boom. Store extra people. Or your coolant. Oh yeah, this thing is thirsty. Oi. Overflow. Add a little bit too much there. Overflow hose has just dropped some coolant. So I got to go and mop that up. Alright, this is looking properly drained. I'm gonna slap back in the plugs, fill it up, put the top plug back in. Oil will be officially changed. Then after this test drive I'll take it on. I'll come back under here again and make sure all these plugs are still solid. Yeah. All right. Oil is officially changed. Gotta clean up. Put this all into a bottle so that I can take it to the place that let you take old gross oil and put my floorboard back together. Don't be like the people out there just throwing your oil away in the landfill. There's easy places you can take it to. Just look online. Or do what I did and make friends with a mechanic and just give him a couple dollars to put it in his disposal. Okay guys, we're in the car. Everything's good to go. I'm gonna start it up and we're out of here. Boom. Alright, e-brake off. Reverse engaged. Here we go. Okay guys, new fresh gas, fresh oil, not leaking everywhere. Stoked on that. We're good to go. Till the next one. Badoosh.